Hello, hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here at Plan with Elise, and today we are talking about goal setting. So I have my Q3 goals here, which I'll be honest with you, I haven't looked at in a while, but I glanced at it very quickly right before. I don't know why I said glance, so weird. I glanced at it very quickly right before starting this video, and I'm in good shape. So we're going to check off certain things. Some of them I can't really check off, but we're going to talk about it. So, I did these double date. I don't remember who we were trying to do a double date with, but I don't think that happened. So that's okay. I did save 1 month of bills. I have revamped my monthly budget and adjusted to my new salary. I am still on a streak every day with learning Spanish. I have shifted to a new reduced hours schedule and created a revised business plan. I have not read 13 books. That is something I did not do well yet with. Also dive into Season of Yes. I love Season of Yes. I need some coffee. I think it's such a great program from Moxie Life. However, due to the timing of it this year, I struggled. So I was really good in the first 2 weeks. Then I went away with friends and fell off. Then I was like, I'm coming back. And then I went away with my family, and then we got engaged, and then life changed. So this was something that I did not achieve. New project was actually shifted to Q4, so we're going to talk about that shortly. I have not reached my goal weight. However, I am actually making more progress than I ever have. Also, the riding 100 miles. I have decided to no longer use my Peloton. I've canceled my subscription. I don't know yet if I'm going to sell the Peloton, but for now, while I'm not using it, I don't want to be paying the monthly subscription, and we've been really good about weekly groceries. Choosing a night for personal fun time. So ironically, I had done this, and then it kind of changed or personal time. It changed in September because Mondays were my night because James was always out on Mondays. However, in September, we shifted Patreon Zooms to Mondays. So now I don't really have a me night, but I don't have a dedicated one, but I'm finding that within each week. So for example, recently on a Sunday, James's football team was playing at 8:20, which meant I'm not going to watch a football game at 8:20. I don't really want to. I don't care that much about football. So while he watched the game, I had me time. So I'm finding like slots of that each week. I've definitely been doing more fun planning and memory keeping and journaling. My office door is still not painted. Ugh. I did a declutter of the office. It still needs to happen. Reducing clothing is in progress. Kitchen buffet is done. Gallery wall has not been done. We have been going out on date nights, and we have been mapping out a timeline for our future plans, given that we are now planning a wedding. So I'd say we're like, I don't know. I didn't really calculate, but I've done okay. I haven't done horribly, but life changed a lot in this timeline. And so I think that that's something to be mindful of as well. So what I'm going to do now, I feel like my phone is crooked. Okay, that's better. This is actually the first video I'm filming with the new iPhone 17 Pro. There will be other videos that you see coming up that aren't filmed with it because I'm a little bit out of my schedule, but I think we're in good shape. So I have some Planner Kate stickers here. These are a combination of 7x9 and A5, and these are her dashboard stickers that I tend to use for goal setting things. So let's grab my Moxie Life markers and start to make some goals based on the colors and what each color's category is. So I think that at this point in the year, I have to change my my 2025 reading goal because my goal was 52 books. I've read 29 out of 52, which means that if I want to reach my goal, I need to read 23 more. I don't know if it's possible. Like, if there weren't so many other things going on, I mean, 23 in 3 months is like about 8 books a month, and I just think it's too high. So I think that we are going to revamp the reading goal. And let's choose this color here. I think that I want to go back to my goal of, or I mean, my 2025 goal was truly one book per week. That's where I got to the 52. So I think that if I give myself a goal of one book per week, that would be 12 for the final quarter. And while it's not what my original 2025 goal was, that's okay. So I think that that's what we're going to do here. So let's write read. This gets me on track with my weekly goal, just not my annual goal. Books. Let's just kind of add a little bit here to make that a little more visible. Okay, that's going to be it for this. I mean, I could put continue learning Spanish. Kind of this, I'm going to turn this upside down just because I liked the way that looked here. And I have been really good about my Duolingo and I'm proud of it. There's a couple of days that I actually forgot, I will say, with very busy days. But Duolingo has a thing called the streak freeze where if you miss a day, it will hold on to that streak for you. Like once you earn a certain amount of like points in the game, you can fake buy the streak freeze, which I have. So I'm just gonna write don't lose Duolingo streak. Actually, the other night it was really funny. I went to sleep and then I woke up at 11:47 to use the bathroom and James was still awake and I said, oh, I forgot about Duolingo. And he's like, you have 13 minutes to go. And so I was able to keep the streak, which just made me laugh because it was like, I realized on these busy days, sometimes it's really hard. All right. Now I'm a little nervous that I'm going to not be mindful of how much space I have on the page. So what I want to do is finish taking out from this what I need. Then we're going to actually put them on the planner page. So what did I not achieve that I want to really focus on? My biggest focus is going to be health. Well, the biggest thing that we need to pull out of this is going to be health. So let's do this here. And the way that I've gotten myself back on track with health has really been, what did I learn this is called recently? Intuitive eating. So the first thing that happened was I went for my physical and I heard the number on the scale at the doctor's office, which is a little bit different than the number on the scale at home. And I didn't love that number. And then I started I was like, okay, we're going to just reduce bread because bread is probably my biggest weakness and probably where most of my weight gain has come from lately. And when I say reduce bread, I'm not like in Atkins or keto mode. I'm literally just deciding to eat less of it, to eat bread on fewer days. So if we go out and I get a burger, I'm not having it with bread. I made a chicken dish recently and served James's dish over pasta, and I had mine without the pasta. So just little choices each day that I'm reducing that, and it's really helping. Or like thinking in advance. So on a Friday recently, I had lunch and dinner plans. And for my lunch plan, I was thinking about it. I'm like, well, at dinner tonight, I'm going to a Mexican restaurant and I really love the fajitas at the Mexican restaurant. So at lunch, I ordered a really delicious chopped Cobb salad. And then at dinner, I got the fajita, but after eating one, I was like, I don't really want this, fajita wrap, the tortilla, I call it fajita wrap. So I actually ate the rest of the fajita just with like a fork and knife, but I did have chips and salsa. So really just like trying to make those decisions. The place intuitive eating comes in is allowing myself to make decisions based on what my body is telling me. And so I'm trying to really listen to my body and fuel it with healthy food. So anyway, that's what we're going to do here. The first thing is going to be reach goal weight. I'm not going to share what that number looks like because a weight, there's so many other factors, right? There's your height, there's your genetics, there's different, parts of your body that add certain weight levels. And it's not always about the number. For me, it's more about the size of the clothes that I'm in and not having to buy more, bigger clothes. But I do have a number in mind. So reach goal weight. You could also do something like reach goal size if there's a certain size you want to fit into. Then we're going to do 2 workouts per week. I'm going to do 2 bread days, which means I'm allowed to eat bread. I don't want to sound like strict. I'm allowed to eat bread. No, like I'm giving myself permission to eat bread twice a week. Um, 2 bread days per week. And the reason I just say bread is because my weaknesses are pizza, pasta, bagels, pretzels, all the different carbs are what I want all the time. But now the funny thing is, it's been about 2 weeks since I've been setting up this like 2 days a week thing, and I'm really craving it less. And I think that that's really good. So, 2 bread days per week. Um, Veggies every day. And then I've been drinking this thing called Comify, which is supposed to have some like reduced bloating effects, but also better sleep. But I'm drinking it like you don't drink it before bed. I'm drinking it at 11 a.m. every day. So I have my coffee each morning, and then I have the Comify at 11 a.m. So I'm just going to write Comify daily because I notice on days that I skip it, I can tell a difference in my sleep. And this is a health goal, and sleep is a big part of that. So, what else needs to happen? We need to pull some things for home from the other side. So, let's do this. And we'll make, because this is the physical environment color. Okay. Wouldn't it be nice if my office door was painted? Yes, it would. We're going to do that by the end of the year. We bought these doors September 1st of 2024. I need my office door painted. We're going to declutter my office. I'm going to continue to reduce clothing. We are going to do our gallery wall. We need to clean out utility closet. And den closet. Okay, I think that's all I need from this side of the page. So what we're gonna do here is go to October, and you may have already seen my October currently video. I'm actually just gonna flip the page over, and we're gonna start to figure out spacing here so that I can make sure that I have enough space. So let's use this smaller one. And these do come, by the way, for quarterly. I just don't think I have them. So we're going to write quarter. Final quarter. What a year it's been. And then let's just do 4. That looks cute. All right, so we'll pop this right up at the top. Now I'm going to be able to see what I have room for as I start to create these. So reach goal weight. Read 12 books. Let's do this one, and let's do this. Yellow is technically the personal category. I've turned yellow for my life into wedding planning. So we're going to do, I want to use this side. Let's do choose. wedding venue. I would guess that we will have a wedding venue and date on by October 3rd, which may actually be when this video goes up. I'm looking over at my schedule for a second, so I'm like, wait a second. No, this video goes up before then. Okay. So we are in the final stretch. We have seen 10 or 11 venues and we have it narrowed down to 2, which is amazing. It's just a huge decision, So there's a lot of factors to keep in mind with each venue and while we are on this hunt. Okay, now we can do physical environment. What's next? Fun and recreation. Let's choose some fun and recreation things in here. So I'm looking at what I have left. I don't want to put down the Duolingo yet. I'm just trying to decide size-wise. We're going to do this color for fun and recreation. I mean, not this color, this sticker. This is the color for fun and recreation. And then I can move that aside. I want to move aside the ones that I've already used because I don't need them and I'm going to get distracted by them. So fun and recreation is going to be book our December vacation. James and I are both off work from Christmas to New Year's, and last year we went to the Dominican Republic during that week, and we are hoping to go on another trip this year. Next up is going to be go to a fall event and carve pumpkins. And then I'm just going to write getaways. We have 2 getaways coming up. New Hampshire for a wedding in October, and Chicago in November for Chicago Planner Conference, and James is coming. All right, so this is fun and recreation. Let's put this over here. Now, I wanted to go big with this one because this is going to continue wedding planning stuff, because once we have our venue and date booked, then the other big things happen. My priorities, depending on when the wedding date is. I have a feeling, if I were a betting person, this video is being filmed on September 22nd. So I have a feeling that our wedding date will be in October of 2026. Now, the priorities change based on when the wedding date ends up being. If we end up with a July or August of 2026 wedding, my first priority is going to be finding a dress, because you have to give a certain amount of time for a wedding dress from when you order it to when your wedding is. So if that, then like if this, then that, right? If it's a July, August, September wedding, maybe July, August, first priority is dress shopping. If it's an October wedding, first priority is certain vendors. So once the venue is selected, the next things that are going to happen are dress, band, photographer, videographer, I'm just going to write beauty for hair and makeup artists. And then one more in here. Typically, the other big vendor to write down would be florist. I am leaning towards being a DIY bride. However, that would be for centerpieces and decor. It would not be for bouquets. So I am going to write florist here, but it's not for full, the full package basically. So there's a lot I've been researching, and given the cost of weddings in general, given the cost of weddings in northern New Jersey, the flowers are going to be something that I'm going to try my very best to DIY way ahead of time. We have time, I can make time, so I think we're okay. All right, next up, we're going to grab work and learning. And this is my Plan with Elise color. So let's use a small one here. Sometimes it's a little harder to color on a circle, but I like the adding colors to these because I just really feel like they make me know as soon as I look at it what each thing is for. So I like color coding. I'm definitely a color coder. It's like a newer thing for me recently. Okay, now we're going to write, I'm going to do two things here. I can't write them down. There's nothing I can write down that's going to make sense to you, make sense to me as a code word. So just know that there's two things coming that are really exciting. That's really all I can say right there about that. But that's for Plan with Elise. The other thing is, even though I said I was making yellow my personal category, I really need something for my planner lineup for 2026. So I'm going to use this because if there's any color, I guess that's most related to planners, it's Plan with Elise, even though the planner lineup is more about my personal life than anything else, but I do need a 2026 lineup. So we're going to write choose '26 lineup. Perfect. Kind of running out of space here. Okay, we're gonna move these. The beauty of Moxie Life, not Moxie Life, I mean, this is Moxie Life, but Planner Kate stickers is the ability to move things. Okay, now the other two categories left are family and relationships and financial. I don't actually know that I'm gonna set any financial goals. Really, the focus this year has just been save, save, save. So that's kind of where I'm at, is just save, 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 and earn, 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 focus on earning money and focus on saving money. And that's kind of where we're at financially. I don't know that I have an actionable financial goal for this quarter, and I'm okay with that. That looks good. For this one, this is family and relationships. So I'm just going to write in here more family time. Lately, we've just been really focused on trying to get this venue booked because we 100% want to get married in 2026. And we want to get married after July of 2026. So we are kind of on a time crunch here. And that's been our big focus, but I really want to just kind of like get back on track with family time. I also want to add in, I feel like I want to add one more thing right over here, but I don't really know what category it's going to be for. So the beauty of working in your own planner is giving yourself the permission to not necessarily have everything filled out. We're going to create one more thing there that is a wild card, basically, and can go to any category depending on what I choose. So I think that we're in good shape. I feel like this is a good amount of stuff. Also, keeping in mind as you're setting goals for the quarter, at the Burr months, October, November, December, September also. But Q4 is a busy quarter. You have Thanksgiving, you have the holidays, you have whatever else is coming up in your life. We have a very busy quarter, and I think that this is a good set of goals for me that hopefully I can achieve. So thank you so much for watching. I'll link these Planner Kate stickers and also these Moxie Dot markers in the description of the video. Code Elise20 gives you a discount at Planner Kate. Code Plan with Elise gives you a discount at Moxie Life. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support, and I'll see you next time.